Hi, I'm Juice and I'm SPHIV positive. Today we're going to be starting my series of streamers that I like to call the Little Bug Club. And you know, it really says something when a guy sits down in your boat and the only streamers in his box are little. You know, I mean, to me that says, hey, there's no compensation going on here. But if everything's double, triple, quadruple, hexa articulated, hey, to each his own. That's all I'm going to say. So what we're going to tie now is actually the Hen Hackle bugger. I've got a little Vivus 140 here, which is just a phenomenal streamer thread in white. We'll come back here. I've got a tan woolly bugger marabou feather here, and I really like the tail profile that these particular feathers throw, and we're actually going to do it about the length of the shank here. So we'll measure that out. This particular hook is a size 10. You could tie this as small as you want. I find 10 is just a really nice size for a trout streamer. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of carefully maneuver our thread forward. I'm using the length of my bobbin here. You can kind of see that to make a stabbing motion over my fly. And we're going to stop short of the eye of the hook, give it a nice twist, come in here, snip that out, and now we're going to cover all that up and we're going to make a nice thread underbody. And while we're doing that, we're actually going to tie in our blue wire here just to conserve thread, if that's something you're concerned about. Could go into a recession one of these days. I didn't say it. Wrap back, kind of makes that nice tan muted underbody. Get that back to the marabou. And now we're going to take a little bit of flash, and this is how I like to run my flash. And here we've got crinkle flash mirror in blue. You could use acrylics flash, you could use Flashabou, you can use whatever you want. This is just a particular flash that, I really like it. I think it's beautiful. It throws light, it's very shimmery. It reminds me of a prom dress. And so I like to just snip a little corner in the package. Kind of keeps my flash organized. We'll take 2 pieces of flash here. We'll keep it kind of muted. You can obviously get as crazy with the flash as you want. We're going to put it on our thread like that, and we're going to tie it like that. We're going to take one wrap on this side of the hook. We'll shorten it up. We'll wrap forward a bit. And now we're going to kind of come back, and we're just going to pull back into position that flash. Super easy. Give it one nice kind of binding wrap. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Really crank down on that thread. Cranking down. Run that thread forward. Throw a little whip finish. And so for the hackle on this, you're thinking, oh, bugger pattern, how boring. He's going to use schloppin, Chinese hackle, whatever, even a nice rooster cape. But what I really like for these buggers is actually hen hackle. This stuff is phenomenal. It's kind of that hybrid between a really webby feather, like a true schloppin, and kind of a rigid feather, like a rooster hackle. And you can see on this particular cape, you can tie as big a bug as you want with this. But I kind of primarily focus on the top, the fishy half of the cape. And so we're going to grab an appropriately sized hackle here. Pluck it out at the base. Once again, save these, super handy to have around. I've seen all kinds of things done with them. I've even seen a pattern that was developed on the wand where he'd strip this part of the feather off in his finger and then he'd dub it onto his thread. and it made this really nice buggy dubbing. Actually gorgeous. And I'm going to trim out that bottom part of the hackle. We're going to tie it in here. Tie it in flat on top of the hook. It'll roll as we kind of get going, leave ourselves a little bit of space behind that eye. Cinch it, kind of come around the front there. Trim that out. Throw a little whip finish. Once again, the power of a rotary vise. You could use, hackle pliers here if you wanted to. We'll skip that. We're just going to come back with that, making nice, even wraps back, avoiding that hook point. Avoid the hook point. We're going to take that wire now and we're going to make a nice tight wrap, maintain tension, and we're going to go forward. And this pattern I'm tying in kind of the silvery blue, just something a little bit different. Kind of expand your streamer options between olive, black, yellow, and white. Gray. Silver, and spice it up a little bit. After all, variety is the spice of life.
Does this mean that blonde's going gray now?
Well, it was going to happen someday, and let me tell you, she's beautiful with age, too. You marry the right woman and she doesn't lose that sex appeal, even in her age. That's what I'm told, anyway. Bow! Alright, so we've got that all wrapped forward here. We've got one unruly fiber. Fucker. Trim him out of here. I can't see it, whatever, it don't matter. Grab that whip finish tool, and this is what's so nice, is it's such a small motion. It's so hard to screw anything up with how small this whip finisher is. Look at that. Kind of swept those hackle fibers back. Once again, implementing the coke nails to kind of give us a little bit of space there behind the eye. Trim that shred out, and that's it. That's the Hen Hackle bugger. I mean, it's that simple. And look at that. I mean, that is, to me, the epitome of a little streamer. You can't not eat it. I mean,